Greetings, great ones. And we are here to make another one. Welcome to Soul Power Tennis. So, how y'all doing? We're here. I'm Akmo Sari. Let me check my sounds real quick and we'll be right quack. So, here we go. It's great to see y'all. It's been a few days since I've seen you previously. I broadcasted on this channel a few days ago for the first time in some months. And so it's great to actually be forward with you all and move things forward. So this particular broadcast, we're going to highlight a few individuals. One in particular. So, in general, let's start with the veteran of the bunch. Well, before we even go there, American tennis is in a great place. American tennis is in a great place. Women and men. Men and women. It is on the rise. Some may say it's back. I say it's forward. The number of players that we've had successfully compete at this year's U.S. Open has been phenomenal. The home slam, the level of competitiveness, the fight, the number of Americans that did well. It was a potent U.S. Open 2023 at the USTA Billie Jean King Center, primarily under the lights at Arthur Ashe Stadium. We had the awesome American John Isner retire, who's been carrying men's tennis now for the better part of 15 years as being the best American men's player for the majority of that time. So cheers to you, John Isner, for your great career. You're awesome. And he seems to be a good human being. So cheers, man. About halfway through his run, you had this guy, Francis Tiafoe, come in as a youngster. And Francis has kind of been like the best men's American tennis player now for about the previous 5 years. Now, obviously, you have John Paul, is it? I apologize if I'm like messing up his name. Let me just do something real quick. How are you all doing today? How's your day going? Good? Good. Awesome. Let's do this. John Paul. I'm bugging. I meant to say Tommy Paul. But yeah, so you got Tommy Paul, and actually over the previous 5 years or so, you've had like Francis Tiafoe be there and then kind of like go back. Taylor Fritz has been the stalwart, like best ranked American men's tennis player over the previous 3 to 5 years. You know, he's had just as much consistent results as Francis. Francis has a game that's more spectacular, more outgoing, more interactive with the crowd. And so people know him more. They remember him more. You know, he's a handsome, brown-skinned, well-built, charismatic, confident black guy. You can't miss him. You know his story. And so he's more popular. He's the most popular American men's tennis player overall, I would say, over the previous 3 to 5 years. But rankings-wise and apparently results-wise, Taylor Fritz has achieved a little bit more. So you got Taylor Fritz, you got Tommy Paul, you got Francis Tiafoe. You even got, guys like J.J. Wolf, who's coming up in the ranks. You got my guy Christian Eubanks, who kind of like, this has been like his breakthrough year, I would say, this past summer or this summer. Like May, June, July is when we start to like make a splash onto the scene and like make it official that he's official. You got Sebastian Korda, who I think earlier this year at the Australian Open, he was doing this thing and like making his breakthrough. Mackenzie McDonald, as I mentioned, JJ Wolf, that's my guy. Marcus Giron, on and on and on and on. So that's like the top 75 of American men's tennis players that I named. Make sure I didn't forget anybody, because that would not be cool. Yeah. Now I didn't forget anybody. I'm just saving one person's name in particular. I know. So it's been a very, very productive U.S. Open. And yeah, Francis made it to the semifinal a year ago, and he wanted to at least repeat that this year. And he came close. He just came up against a formidable foe. And let me do this real quick to show you what it is I am discussing. I shall share my screen now, and we shall have a gander. Let's just have a gander. Here we go. Apologies for any skipping in advance. Gotta make sure we like the video. Oh, come on. This is ridiculous. Are you really not gonna play? Okay. So on the court, you're seeing Francis Tiafoe versus my guy, Ben Shelton. You see him right there. The up-and-coming upstart in American men's tennis. In earlier this year,
for the 20-year-old
at the Australian Open by making the quarterfinals, if I'm correct. That's hard court. This tournament, he took it one step further and made it to the semifinals to face Novak Djokovic, who went on to win the tournament after Ben beat Francis Tiafoe. We'll move forward to the
40
end,
devastating
just
minutes.
so you can see the incredible match point and the celebration that followed.
Game, set on match, Shelton.
Ben Shelton soars into the US Open semi-finals.
I love it. 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 Now, that was the one and only Mr. Ben Shelton. 20 years mature. Father is a tennis coach. Ben comes from the college background for a few years. His mother was there. His sister was there. Apparently, like, they have a dog as well. This man, the energy, the game, the serve, the style, the charisma, the confidence, the creativity, unmatched. For him to be able to, in his first full season on tour, be able to make the second week and go deep into 2 of the 4 Grand Slam tournaments, that's fucking impressive. That's impressive. That's extremely impressive. Let me just check something. Ben Shelton at Aussie Open. Now, we're in the times of the all-time greats. We're in the times of the all-time greats, right? It's not what I'll put. This is the era of the big 3. Some may say the big 5, if we throw in Andy Murray and Stanislas Wawrinka. However, more predominantly, we're speaking about 3 individuals over the previous 20 years or so. Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Novak Djokovic. This has been their era of dominance. Yep, I was correct. He made it to the quarterfinals. This has been their era of pure dominance of the game of tennis. Even they, with all their accolades and achievements, results, accomplishments, even they had not reached the second week to reach a quarterfinal and a semifinal that quick. Now, granted, Rafa was the most successful as a teenager. He had already had several Grand Slams by the time he even turned 20. But in his first 4 or 5 Grand Slams, he hadn't made a quarterfinal and a semifinal that quick. I think he made it at like his 4th or his 5th. 4th, 5th, or 6th is when he went deep. Now, we're not talking about Masters 1000 series and, so on and so forth. Because when he first came on the scene, he was like hurt, on and off for like a little bit. And then once he turned 18, he was solid, But for a player to still be that young and reach the second week, which is like once you reach the 4th round quarterfinals of a Grand Slam, 2 times in a calendar year, is highly impressive. His first time leaving the U.S. was earlier this year and going to the Australian Open. And I knew right away, I was like, this guy is going to be a superstar. This guy is the future of American men's tennis and maybe tennis in general, one of the faces. And I was like, man, I'm so looking forward to the U.S. Open. I'm so looking forward to the U.S. Open and what he's going to do there and how the world is going to be introduced to Ben Shelton. He did not disappoint. Throughout the entire tournament, he was thrilling. He was superseding people's expectations. And he was just powering through, man, with that big serve. One of the fastest serves of all time, 149, 150. He's left-handed, wears sleeveless shirts, handsome, like I said, charismatic, you name it. He just has it. And let me do this again. I'm not gonna be on here too long. We're not gonna be on here too long at all. Let's do this. Let's click on this. See that highlight again. See if it plays. Fair use, fair use.
Game, 7 match, Shelton. 3-6 to 1.
It's the Ben Shelton experience at the U.S. Open.
6-2.
Jump aboard. The 20-year-old headed for the semi-finals, improving in quantum leaps here in his home major. 5 years younger than the semifinalist a year ago. Underdog tonight. He says, why not? Why not me?
What a performance. And yeah, he is just living a dream right there.
Yeah, you got
and his team has been with him this whole way. Got
Excellent.
mom and dad with him.
Oh, yeah.
Gun flex.
Oh, yeah. You know what it is. So, there you go. A little sampling of Mr. Ben Shelton. What a great tournament. What an outing. Even in the face of adversity, of people hating on him, saying how he's too cocky, he's too brash, he's too this, he's too that. He rubs people the wrong way. These are all smoke screens. Ben Shelton is a confident, charismatic, gifted, talented young tennis player. And he's a young black man. Yeah, he may be of mixed race, but the world sees him as such, and I'm pretty sure he may see himself as such. At least a man of color, he's a black man. And that's why people have an issue with him being so confident. It's like, look at this uppity Negro. Look at the uppity N-word. How dare he be so confident and so brash and so... And it's like, he's not doing anything wrong. He has a celebration with the phone. He has facial gestures. He says, come on a lot. He yells a lot. So what? He celebrate. Let the man be free. Let the man be confident. Let the man exude his personality and what it is he brings to the table. There's nothing wrong with that. If he was Caucasian, would they have the same issue? I doubt it. So I say, Ben, in the face of that crap, you know what it is. Continue onward, continue being you, and be even greater. And continue doing what you're doing, your celebration, your confidence. The world needs it. People like you need to see it. Young kids need to see it. Continue to inspire them, to speak to them directly and indirectly by your confidence, by the way you strut, by the way you carry yourself as a professional, because you do carry yourself as a professional. And just have that excellence about you. Continue to have that excellence about you. Now, I tried to reach out to Ben, some months back, probably in March or April, after the Australian Open, maybe even in February, on Instagram, to like do an interview for this channel, on this channel. Hadn't heard back as of yet, but I say, I said I'd try, and I tried. So that's that. And but I'm so proud of him. I'm so thankful for him. Those who really love tennis can appreciate the sport. His personality is needed. It's unconventional. It's authentic. It's not boring. It's exciting. It's unpredictable in a way. And the sport needs characters, needs individuals, needs men, needs professionals who are like that. And, people of color, black men with the, soul power, black women with the soul power, we do that. That's just what we bring to the table. The heartbeat, the soul, the essence, the cool, the style. Straight up. I said it. It's a natural trait that we have. And you know it. You all know it. Overall. So keep on doing your thing, Ben. So this broadcast and the title you saw, congratulations to two people in particular. Ben Shelton, and now let's just get into it. Let's just get into it with no further delay. With no further delay. Oh, you know who I'm talking about. You know where I'm going with this. You absolutely do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Don't act like you don't. Don't act like you don't. So let's go here. Let's go here. Fair use for educational and entertainment purposes.
Gauff, who is ranked 6th, plays Sabalenka in the 2023 U.S. Open Tennis Championship.
This is the women's final that took place a few days ago, U.S. Open 2023. Let's skip through so we don't get flagged.
Second
Ariana
set.
wins the first set. Coco returns and wins the second. And then we go through. Here we go, match point. Beautiful.
In a brilliant display of tennis, Gauff wins the match point and defeats Sabalenka.
Beautiful. Now, let's do this as well. I want to show you a picture. Do this.
Summer Open.
Let's move forward a little bit. Fair use, fair use.
Open.
Carlos Alcaraz.
Midnight Magic.
Shelton. Stanislaus Wawrinka.
The U.S. Open.
Family.
Spectacular awaits.
Novak Djokovic, congratulations. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. U.S. Open champion 2023, Miss Coco Gauff. Yes. Give thanks. Give thanks. Let's do this as well. Let's do this as well. You saw her hugging her parents. And let's also give credit to this man right here, Brad Gilbert. Coco Gauff. I've shared this story before. I saw her at the U.S. Open USTA Center going back about 6 years, maybe 7. When she was 12 or 13, I saw her twice. The second time I saw her, I tapped her on her shoulder and I said one of two things. I said, you're either going to have a great career, or I said, you're going to win this tournament someday, or you're going to be champion here someday. She was like, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I was like, you're very welcome. She was like, have a good day. I was like, you as well. And she walked off and continued onward, carrying her heavy tennis bag. Next time I saw her was 2019, the first round at the Wimbledon Championships, playing against Venus Williams. I was in awe. I saw her win that match and make it to the 4th round. Since that time, 2019 U.S. Open, match against Naomi Osaka. Every year it's just been a continual climb. 2020, she gets better. 2021, she gets better. 2022, she's 18 now. She makes it to the French Open final, her first final. Plays against Iga Swiatek, who would dominate the game for the better part of a year and a half. 2023, she's 19 now, even more mature, becoming more muscular, becoming more confident. Didn't have the best year earlier this year. Had a good year. Start the summer off, spring going into the summer, wasn't having the best time, wasn't in the best form. And then, boom. July hit. August hit. Going into September. 3 championship wins in a row. At the 500 level, at the 1,000 level, the Masters level, and then the Grand Slam level. 3 in a row. She's 18-1 or 19-1 since Wimbledon. So the entire summer season, she's only lost 1 match. During that time, or right before she went on that streak, she had a conversation with her parents. Somehow or some way, the selection of Brad Gilbert, who's a legendary tennis coach, from a few generations prior to Coco Gauff. And he's also an incredible tennis commentator. So he's a tennis genius. He's a tennis juggernaut. And so ever since he's been in the camp, along with a few other coaches, you see one dressed in black, and you see her physio, her head at the bottom there. Ever since they stepped in, Coco Gauff's game has went to the next level. She's only lost one match since then. She's more confident. Her game is more pronounced. She's making even smarter choices. Now, to win the U.S. Open, she gave her father, both of her parents, but her father in particular, the direct credit, and said that before the match, he gave her the game plan. He gave her the notes of what she needed to do to be successful against, as you see on the screen, the #1 tennis player in the world. Sabalenka was #2, but once Monday was coming in, she was going to be #1. So unofficially, she was the #1 player in the world. That's who Coco Gauff was playing against. This woman had already won the Australian Open this year, and she had already been to 2 semifinals prior in the Grand Slams. And this was her 4th semifinal, her fourth final. This was her 4th final in a row, making the semifinals or better. Sabalenka. And we saw some of the highlights. First set, domination. Second set, Coco figured it out and began to turn the knob a bit and compete evenly. And then third set, Coco took it to the next level at Sabalenka because of Coco's game, not just because of Sabalenka and the ebbs and flows and what was going on and her fighting against herself. That was part of it. That's a part of tennis. That's a part of what every player has to deal with. Because of that, and because Coco stepped her game up and was working Sabalenka so much, and she tapped into her higher self, took it to the next level. Third set, great competition, close, but Coco began to dominate and went on to win the championship. Her first major title, her first Grand Slam title, and her first U.S. Open trophy on home soil. So fitting. What better place? What better way? Magnificent. 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 So yeah, how the veteran coach led Gauff to the U.S. Open win. Click on this picture. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at this beauty. Coco Gauff with her mother and her father. Her father and her mother right there. Let me just screenshot that. That's just so beautiful. So beautiful. And this is why people, we do soul power tennis. Why we have soul power tennis. This has been a very, very prominent year. If we're talking about what Coach Dion is doing right now, Coach Pram at Colorado, what he did at the HBCU, and then at Colorado right now. Who else? Somebody else. Sha'Carri Richardson. And what she's doing on the track and field level. And changing up that narrative. You know? Simone Biles and her recent achievements and what she's doing. And then the latest edition, we have Coco Gauff. You know? Now, this channel focuses in on the sport in general, but the particular focus is on what you see right here on the screen. Coco Gauff has taken it to the next level in several ways. Not just talking about her game and her being the first American in the U.S. Open title Prior to her, it was Sloane Stephens in 2017. Salute, Sloane. We see you. We ain't forget about you. You're here forever. But she's the first teenager since Serena Williams in 1999 to win the U.S. Open. And Serena won it at 17, 18. Now, Venus went on to win it, I think, the next year, but she was already, I want to say, 20, 21, 20, I think. Something like that. I apologize. And so, Serena, Venus, Sloane, Coco. When you saw Serena and Venus win, you saw their parents in the stands. You may have seen them sitting right next to each other, or at least sitting in the same box. But you didn't really often, I don't recall often seeing a lot of pictures with both parents in it, such as what you're seeing on the screen right now. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it does exist. For some reason, this is more vivid to me. Now, if that happened, awesome. Of course, her parents were there. Very dedicated. Mother and father, tournament in and tournament out. That was a while back, though. This is 2023. And so for the world to be able to see this family unit of a black man, positive, healthy, good looking, competent, caring, strong in his daughter's life. He's the head of the family. He's the head of Coco's success as a tennis player. Of course, her mother is there, and she's done her work and has supported in a different way. Mama first, right? Because we came through. And so to see both of her parents there, beautiful, happy. I mean, her mother is fine. Came together and combined and made Coco Gauff, who's just a superstar, a deity, a sports legend already, Hall of Fame career already, just getting started. 4 years, just over 4 years. Seems like she's been around more like 10 years. And several people say that. And so saying all that to say that this is such a magnificent representation of black excellence, of togetherness, of family, of community. When the world tries to paint different narratives of the black man or the black woman or the black youth or the black family, relationship dynamics, things ain't got to be perfect. But this what you see on your screen right here. That's the representation that we want going forward. That's the wholeness. That's the completion. That's the Trinity. The sacred Trinity. Now, Coco Gauff, she has 2 younger brothers. So her parents have 2 other kids. And they're young men on the rise in life. So salute to the entire family. Her grandmother helped integrate the schools in America. I'll let you do the research as to where in America. So her lineage, she has that FBA lineage. Somebody mentioned something about her being part Haitian, or if she is, salute. Ça passe, ma poule. Merci beaucoup. But we know this is primarily FBA right here. And what her grandmother had to go through is why Coco chooses to use her voice to speak out on social issues and social matters. She said that herself. So I just wanted to take some time out today to acknowledge American tennis and where it's at, the state of it, for women and men. On the women's side, you know, Madison Keys made it to the semifinal, had a great tournament, had a devastating loss. But that's an American. Jessica Pegula is in the top 5, top 6. She's been there now for some time. Her and Coco Gauff are the number 1, if I'm correct, the number 1 ranked tennis duo, women's tennis doubles team in the world. Let me just let me confirm that. Women's doubles tennis. Let's go ranking. It's women's doubles ranking. Here we go. Yep. Jessica Pegula and Coco Gauff ranked number 1. So she's ranked. Coco is ranked number 1 in the world. You see it right there. You see it right there. Look at that. Right here. Let's do singles. See how many Americans are in the top 20 for the women. Madison Keys, who had an incredible tournament. Salute to you, Madison. Hold your head. Keep climbing. Keep climbing, love. Madison Keys, Jessica Pegula, and Coco Gauff. You see it right there. You see it right there. All right. So, such a great tournament for the Americans in general. Ben Shelton carrying the torch for the men. Salute, Francis. Keep it up. Keep going, brother. And then on the women's side, just the apex. Just the apex. The apex. Right there. So, salute to you, Coco. Salute to your parents. Salute to your grandparents. Salute to your family. And all of what you all have accomplished. And what you will. I was fortunate enough to make it to the USTA Billie Jean King Tennis Center this year. About 16, 17 days ago. And it was amazing. I was able to share it with a friend of mine. And we made our way into Arthur Ashe Stadium. And right away I had the honor of seeing 2 people practice back to back. Novak Djokovic, and following him was Coco Gauff. And this was like my friends, like the first time there. He was having a great time. But this was like towards the end of us being there, because we had already been there about 3-4 hours. And he was like, all right, this is cool. He was like, bro, you gonna stay through the entire practice? I was like, yeah. I'm going to watch Novak Djokovic, the guy who's considered the greatest tennis player of all time, at least for the men's. I'm going to watch him do a full practice up close in Arthur Ashe Stadium, bro. He's like, all right, cool. As he's finishing up, I see Coco Gauff's team come through, her parents, and she enters, and the crowd erupts, same as they did for Novak. Team acknowledges each other. Novak goes off the court, and Coco does a full practice. And so I had the honor of witnessing the entire practice. I gave a shout at the end. They heard me, they laughed, they giggled. Brad Gilbert, parents, and Coco included. And I watched the full practice. And I was like, yo, bro, I'm staying for this full practice. And he was like, all right, cool. High and behold, Novak wins the tournament for the men's. Coco wins the tournament for the women. And so a legendary history making for the men. Novak 24 Grand Slam. Salute, Chief. We'll see what my guy Rafael Nadal has to say in 2024. Speaking of the number 24, peace and love to Kobe as well, who Novak gave praise and acknowledgement to. And just Novak is just phenomenal, man. Novak Djokovic, phenomenal. And on the women's side, you have Coco Gauff. So incredible, so incredible, so incredible. What a U.S. Open. What a place for American tennis to be in. In the face of adversity, you can still achieve, you can still succeed. Novak has shown that. Coco has shown that. And American tennis is here. It's here. Ben Shelton and Coco Gauff are carrying the torch. Let's go. Thank you all for tuning in. Please make sure on our way out, you click that thumbs up button, you click that like button, show your appreciation. It helps the channel to grow. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. For me and for you and for the world. It's greatly appreciated. And yeah, thank you all for joining the broadcast, and thank you for making it long last. And you know what we say, and ideally you know why we say it. And that is, make sure you stay tuned and make sure you stay in tuned. This has been Soul Power Tennis. I'll be Akmo Sari. And until next time, peace. And love. This name hasn't been said enough, so I'm gonna say it again. Coco Gauff, and continuing in the tradition of the great Althea Gibson and the black woman who came before her. It wasn't said that much on the tennis broadcast that I was listening to and watching enough. Althea Gibson, Althea Gibson, Althea Gibson, the hometown lady. Salute, Queen. And Coco Gauff is a continuation.